And welcome back to In Focus. Joining us in the studio now is Rod Murray of VOA's Hip Hop Connection. Rod, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
And you often talk with the music's newest stars, but today you're introducing us to a veteran musician. Tell us.
Exactly. Recently, I had the opportunity to sit down with R&B singer Charlie Wilson and talk about his latest project. Charlie Wilson is in the building. What's going on, Uncle Charlie?
I'm good.
Yeah, man, you are. There Goes My Baby, hit song, play everywhere all the time.
Man, it was an incredible song. I was rolling in my car when I pulled up at the mall, couldn't find a place to park. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do for the record, and so many songs was coming in. And my wife, she was like, listen to the CD, and I was like, there's nothing on the CD. I done got garbage all week. She said, listen to the CD. I was like, there's nothing on the CD. Finally, I pulled the CD out and put it in. We was on our way home. I got to the last song, and it was There Goes My Baby, the demo.
Wow.
And I was just pulled over like this after the first verse, and got to the hook, and she was like, we looked at each other, she's like, oh my gosh, you gotta do this record. So that's how that came about. I have a wonderful wife who stands by my side every moment. You know, I'm going on 16 years clean and sober, going on 16 years married. When I got in the Gap band, we went from rags to riches. Everything was available, and riches to rags. She talked me into rehab. She was so nice to me. I was like, ooh, only if I had somebody like that. So I asked her to marry me, and she's been with me ever since.
Wow.
That's the woman I took. She was a doctor at that rehab, but she was the one. I was like, I cannot do this by myself, man.
And you were talking about how your wife has walked with you. She walked with you on your travels to Iraq recently.
Absolutely.
Tell us about, what made you decide to go over there.
The troops asked me for me. It's the youngsters. I think they heard of Charlie last name Wilson. But they didn't really have a clue about anything else. They just knew of the song Charlie last name Wilson. So when I got there and just opened up all of these hits, and they were like, my mama used to play that record.
Right.
And some of the kids who didn't know who I was, white kids, soldiers, never knew who I was, and was just popping around there, jumping up and down, like, oh my gosh, this is great. They put it all on the line. I mean, I was there firsthand, watching, listening, see them go out of the wire. Some come back, some don't. Yeah. But you get a chance to see the smiles on their face, and they just be throwing their fists up and pumping and going crazy when you're on the stage, and that makes it all worth it. People told me, he's too old, he's washed up, he can't do this. 10 years and nobody. And then one day, just all this happened. But I never give up. I never gave up. So
we're very thankful that you didn't give up.
Right, Rod, well, listening to this guy is really good, but you can tell there's something about him that sounds like R. Kelly.
Well, R. Kelly was influenced by Charlie Wilson, and Charlie Wilson and R. Kelly have done a lot of different projects together, and so their sounds are very similar.
So we have to remember that the guy is from the old three-man band, the Gap Band.
The Gap Band with his brothers. They did a lot of great music in the 70s and the 80s, and we'll see him for many years to come, definitely.
And he's not so young. He's about 57 years old now.
Yeah, he's in his 50s, and he's still kicking, giving great concerts, giving his all, always.
And sounding really good. I want to thank you very much, Rod, for bringing him to us. We look forward to seeing you again. Join him sometime in the future. Remember, Rod Murray is from the Hip Hop Connection, and he comes on right here on In Focus.
57, he must have started singing when he was a baby. That's young.
I mean, he has been around for a while. This is a guy who has sang forever. He's still sounding fresh. And that is it for today. You can watch In Focus on our website at voaafrica.com.
And of course, for more news, please listen to VOA's English service, Africa News Tonight and Daybreak Africa in the morning. As always, we thank you so much for watching.